Hi, Amanda Walsh here. I'm going to review and demo the RogerVoice app. RogerVoice is a mobile application for the deaf and hearing impaired to assist with phone calls by utilizing voice recognition to transform calls to live instant messages. Oliver Janelle is an entrepreneur, and when he became profoundly deaf at 2 years old, he's always struggled, and so he founded this app in 2013 due to the lack of accessibility. The app is free to download from either the Google Play or Apple Store. Downloading the app will provide the user with a 1-hour credit to call anyone at any time. After the 1 hour is up, there are two different types of payment options. The user can pay $5.99 per month for 1 hour of local calls, and calls between RogerVoice users are free, and they can also receive unlimited calls. And the other option is an unlimited plan for $29.99 per month, which provides the user with unlimited calls and with no time restrictions, and they can still receive calls. And the app is free to use to RogerVoice users. And so this is the one of the great features about that is that you can use the app for free to call any other RogerVoice user. Some advantages to using RogerVoice is that it works in multiple countries and languages. It reduces the communication delay since it is in real time. The cost can be relatively low, especially if the user is calling to another RogerVoice user, but you would need to probably still buy the $5.99 a month because you would still want to have receive unlimited calls. So maybe if your doctor or someone else try to call you that didn't have the app, then you would need to pay the $5.99. And then you can also customize the appearance of your app. You can change the font sizes, the theme settings. You can pick light, dark, contrasting. You can easily search your contacts. You can type their name, or you can talk to text to search their name, or there's another great feature where you can put your favorite contacts and pin them up to the top, and that's really nice. And then all of the transcripts are kept under each contact. So every phone call you make within that particular contact, those transcripts are saved, and which is great because then you can go back and reference those at any point, or maybe like you couldn't remember when your doctor appointment was, you could go to your doc contact and look for that particular day that you spoke to find a message. And then you can also set predefined messages. So if you were like, someone called you and you picked up the phone and you couldn't talk, you can like have a quick message that says, can't talk, call back later, or something like that. Or you can even type in questions. So if the voice recognition you didn't really understand, or maybe if you were in a loud place, you might want to just type in a question. And then the app is constantly updated. When I was looking in the App Store, it showed numerous updates that they're pushing all the time. So it looks like they're always adding features or taking user input and improving features and or bugs. Some disadvantages could include the cost. So especially if your family and friends are the most people that you talk to the most, did not have this app, and you couldn't utilize, app-to-app calling and then just only utilize the people that you didn't know that didn't have the app to call you, which would be $5.99 a month. You would have to pay the $29.99 so you could get the unlimited. So that could could be a problem. It's also the voice recognition is not perfect. And we know because it uses AI technology, and live captioning is not going to be perfect using AI technology, but it's relatively pretty good, and it can pick up background noises. And so that could be a problem when you're in loud places, that it might become a difficult situation for you. So critique of caption calling. According to the National Association of the Deaf, nearly 25 years after the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, the emergence of new telecommunications technology, functionally equivalent telephone services, has continued to elude deaf and hard of hearing individuals. So with existing laws mandating access to telecommunications for deaf and hard of hearing people, no wonder there are a plethora of mobile apps now that do caption calling similar to RogerVoice. So competition among providers foster innovation, efficiency, and improved quality. So really, it is up to the end user to decide which app might be best suited for the user needs. But I think this is great to know that like there is so much competition out there, and there is so many options that if you are able to find, the competition and the innovation is always going to keep evolving and keep moving. So if you can find one app that you really like, I think the abandonment could go down. And so abandonment is an important thing with mobile apps. 21% of users abandon an app after one use. There are multiple reasons why an individual would quit a mobile app. Maybe poor usability, data privacy concerns, an app is replaceable by another one, or maybe they have too many ads, tons of ad clutter. Since there are a plethora of apps similar to RogerVoice, an individual might decide to delete this app and try another one. Cost of the app could also determine if a user will continue to use the app or search for a free version or something similar. An individual could decide to use an app based on what their friends and family members are currently using. And so in the end, the usability of the app is a strong determinant if a user sticks around and continues. So I think that's really important to understand the function, that if it's not usable and there's these other concerns, the app will be abandoned. Next, I'm going to talk about you're going to actually see me download the app from the Apple Store. I have an iPhone, and just set up the initial setup. So they'll ask me to accept the terms and conditions and enter my phone number and go through a few little steps. You won't hear any sound, but I'll maybe say a few words over what you see. This is me searching for RogerVoice in the App Store. I'm going to select it right there to download. I'm going to open it up. It's going to ask me terms and conditions. I'm going to accept it. I didn't read it, but I'm entering in my phone number, and they'll send me a text message number to secure my account. I'm securing my account here. And if it's my first time, it's like, don't worry, we're going to take care of everything. This is easy. It's artificial intelligence. Just answer by speaking, and that you need to have good internet connection. And then do I accept to allow notifications? I did, and then I can change my text size here, and then I can notify my contact. So this message says, please wait, I'm typing my answer, and it will be a voiced, computerized person telling it I selected a female voice. So if you do, or if you're in a crowded area or like a loud area, or just you want to not talk, but you want to type what you want to write instead, then you can do that, and then the voice will send that prompt message like, please wait, I'm typing. That way the other user you're just not really going back in this back and forth quick conversation, and then instead they're going to wait a little bit for you to respond. And then next, we're going to see me go through and actually call a family member. Going to call my cousin. and her and I will chat. You won't hear any sound. Her and I could obviously hear each other because we were just testing this app out. But if you are profoundly deaf or someone who's hard of hearing, you're just going to read and then you can see us chatting. And here you go. You can see it's actually doing something. It's moving. It's showing that it's dialing the user. She's picked up. My cousin is in the big font with the black and white. And then what I'm saying is in this green box with white text. And that's a lot smaller than what my cousin is saying to me. And I'm not sure how I feel about that because, like, what if you couldn't read, you needed the font bigger, and you wanted to make sure that what it was communicating to you was actually what it was communicating to. I'm sorry, communicating to the person you're calling. You maybe you wanted to read that, but maybe you don't. So, I mean, at least the big font size is what I selected, and that's actually what I see. And you can see right here the note. That was a mistake from the AI. Like she didn't say that. Can't remember what she said, but it definitely doesn't make sense when I read this back of what we were talking about. And right there, it started to type something that was wrong and then autocorrect it and fixed it. And then there, obviously, she didn't say this word that is on screen. But overall, for the most part, this is a relatively easy app to use, and the AI technology functions really, really well. And then you can rate it. So you can rate the app. What did you think of your call? I gave it like, I think it was 3 stars out of 4. And then I selected recent, and you can go into your transcripts, and then they're all there. They're all saved, and you can scroll through and check it all out. Overall, I think the app functions really well, and it can be affordable. I mean, I think especially if most of the people that you know actually download the app, and then if you pay the $5.99 a month for people who wouldn't have the app, I mean, that's the thing is like if you couldn't really call someone, you would only get an hour credit. You couldn't really call someone who didn't have the app. But I think for the most part, if you can get a lot of your friends and family to be on board, this could be really affordable. But even maybe like at $29, it could be affordable to some, but that could be really expensive. The voice recognition works relatively well. I've taken multiple calls on there and chatted. I've even done things like, like laughing to see if they pick up the ha ha ha, and they write ha 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 and things like that. So I think, for the most part, even like laugh out loud or different things to recognize that is great. I think that having the ability to text if you need to, or having those quick pre-programmed messages are great. So overall, in the end of the day, I would recommend this product, and I think it's a great app to use, and it's been around for 7 years now, so I think they're all ever evolving, and they're only probably going to get better in the end. Thank you so much.